Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Pipe Bomb Sessions. This week, I want to say a lot of things happened in WWE, but also I want to say some of the bigger storylines really got progressed this week. WWE clearly was looking to go a little bit forward with some of those storylines shaping up. Also, we found out the main event officially of night one of Mania. But let's start off here with SmackDown this week. Cody comes out, right before he's about to get talking. And suddenly Randy Orton comes out. Randy Orton comes out, says that Cody's going to take care of business, yada, yada, yada. Followed by him saying that he's coming for his 15th title. So pretty much he's coming after Cody next. It's as simple as that in his head. So let's see how that turns out. I feel like this is basically WWE setting up the future rivalry. But is Cody going to be champion by the time Orton goes after him? That's my question. And then you got Drew right behind Orton coming out and saying that he wants a shot. And what the hell has Orton done to even deserve a shot? That sets up a Drew and Randy Orton matchup later in the night. So that was an interesting segment, I would say, how they opened up. Afterwards, they went to the tag title match that was for this week, Pretty Deadly versus the champs, Street Profits. The Profits did end up winning. I thought it was a pretty good match. But I'm trying to see how Triple H is going to kind of, involve the tag titles for Mania. Feels like right now we're just facing one by one. Hopefully they're not going to just keep defending it against random teams. And then they left off the card. So I feel like Mania season, you can't have anybody left off. You got to do everything. Speaking of people who probably won't be left off of Mania, is Chelsea Green, since she's the U.S. champ for the women's side, and she has a competitor already in Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega has came out week by week, challenged Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green knows that she's a threat. I think they're just setting all this stuff up to make a Vega versus Chelsea Green matchup come Mania time. It's just easy, simple, and it's right there for you. Easy layup in my opinion for them. Another thing that I think is shaping up in quite a few different ways is the LA Knight US title run. So at LA Knight, he faced Braun Strowman this week for the US title. That really ended in a DQ. I guess you could say a double DQ, no contest, since Jacob Fatu interfered and took out both Knight and Mr. Strowman. So we don't know what's going on with that. We see Fatu later in the backstage area. Solo and Tom are pissed that, he didn't tell them that he was going to go out there and interfere in the match. He's pissed that they didn't tell him that they were going to come interfere in his match the week prior. And we also have a Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman last man standing match set up for next week. That should be a good one. I think that might be a way to either put this rivalry to a close or somehow get all these different players involved. Some type of ladder match, in my opinion. Ladder match or just some kind of 6-man match where everybody's kind of going after LA Knight's title. Could be in danger. I said in a previous episode I wanted Jimmy to be that guy, but Jimmy's been a little occupied, I would say, as of late. I know he's slapped Gunther, and he's facing him on Monday night, which he did. We'll get to that a little bit later in the show, but it's interesting. Let's see how the U.S. title picture actually shapes up. Then we had the next matchup, which Naomi, right before it started, cut a promo, and then she ends up attacking Misha and BFAT from behind. Misha was scheduled to face Charlotte, brings Jade out. Jade chases her off. Basically, I think the more interesting part about all of this was when Jade was leaving, Charlotte came out for her match, and that pretty much was an interesting stare down. Can't wait to see that matchup in the future. One guy who I was predicting, and he is coming next week on SmackDown, is Rey Fenix. I think Rey Fenix should be interesting, personally. I like that they're gonna keep him separated from Penta for now. They should definitely keep it where Penta does his own thing for a little bit as a singles competitor. So does Ray Phoenix. Probably have him come back later. I think it's just easier that way. And obviously, if the tag division needs some help, they're a great tag team. So that should not be a problem. Randy Orton and Drew faced each other. Randy Orton was going to go for the win. And of course, KO shows his face, followed by then Drew winning. And we see Drew, having a backstage interview, and he gets attacked. He gets attacked by none other than Damian Priest. Priest then puts Drew through a goddamn windshield. Fucking windshield. And Drew said that he legitimately got glass in his eye. This guy was pissed. That matchup, at first I was really not on board. I see they're slowly making it more intense, and I think that's what's getting me slowly invested. Let's see how they keep going. We still have a couple weeks, about 3 weeks, so I think they got to keep the foot on the pedal type of thing. Just keep it going, because this feud, it's slowly growing on me. Let's see how it goes. Then came what everyone was waiting for, what was going to happen, and that's with Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins, the contract signing, where obviously the OTC comes out first, lays out everything on the board type of thing, gets it ready, signs his name, and he's like, yeah, you know what? Let's do this. As he's about to leave, Mr. Rollins comes out, of course. He's out here trying to rekindle a goddamn friendship, it seems like, with Roman Reigns. Says that, they built everything together. Roman totally cuts him off, saying, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? You didn't do anything. I was the only guy building stuff here. I'm the guy who basically made Netflix happen. I'm the guy who main evented all the time. What did he really do? And Rollins is pissed because he says basically that CM Punk's a snake, and Roman allowed him to return and do as he does. And Rollins won't have it. And as usual, Rollins will have to just clean up Roman's mess. This brings out CM Punk after Rollins signs his name. Punk's out here, everybody's already heated. And then you see Punk going through the contract, and we're like, all right. Roman's like, come on, dude. Check this page, check it out. He sends Paul Heyman over, boom. You don't gotta worry about your favor anymore. I gave you the main event. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, officially the main event of night 1 is CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. Night 1, closing the show out. Boom, CM Punk got his favor. Everything's good to go. Roman's chilling. He was stressing about this favor, didn't want to deal with it anymore, and he's like, all right, cool, I got this off my back, and I can concentrate on the main event now. Nope. CM Punk thanks the man, says he acknowledges OTC, even calls him the big dog in the process, and guess what? He tells Roman, well, that wasn't even my favor. What's interesting is that while Roman told CM Punk to thank him, you see Paul Heyman in the back mouthing no and don't do it. I find that very interesting, which means that it looks like the wise man has already changed his mind and his loyalties, and our tribal chief has no idea what's going on in the background. Let's see what ends up happening, but things are about to get very, very interesting. I think it was a good call to have this matchup be the main event just because the storylines, and you got 3 main eventers, 3 superstars, 3 stars, man. I mean, those 3 guys really do run the place in a sense. So, hey, I think it's a great way to kind of get all of them involved, get something going, and really, really let them hone in on their hate for each other. I think that's going to be dope. One thing I will say is that, maybe Roman does see some of the cracks happening between him and Heyman in the coming weeks. Listens to Rollins. Maybe him and Rollins do end up kind of working together a little bit. Mania. Rollins costs him the match. Boom. And you got a Rollins and Roman matchup going down the line. So I can see something like that happening. I do wish they did add a stipulation, like a number one contenders or something. Future shot. It doesn't need to be like immediate. But it's alright. I guess let's see how it turns out. I won't be too upset by it. I'm cool with it. No worries. I think now it's time to move on to Raw, where the final matchup, showdown, I guess if you want to say, between John Cena and Cody Rhodes happens. Now, for 2 weeks, Cena's came out. He's insulted the crowd. He's done what he wants, says what he wants. He don't care. But anytime Cody's came out and tried to confront him, tries to entice him, make him do something, Cena just walks out. As he has been for 2 weeks now, making it believe like, yo, you're not really a threat. Like, who are you to me to think you're a threat? You're just another version of me. They just put a suit on you and have you play the new Superman, in a sense. So that's kind of what Cena touched base on his promo, but Cody went first. He puts all his insecurities out there. He says like, yeah, I'm over Stardust, and I'm over this, and I'm over that. And he wants to know the same thing that he's been asking Cena for all these weeks. Why do you do it? What the hell was the reason? Even though he's still his hero, he's basically a sellout. He's a fucking bitch. Things like that. So it's crazy. Cody is a little pissed and he wants to figure out what the hell is going on. They finally went into each other's really territories, I would say. And of course, after Cody was done, Cena then comes firing back, and he touches base on things where Cena basically called Cody, and he did, his chauffeur. Like, Cody's a nobody to him. He just sits there, and he's just a mediocre guy. He says he's never buried anyone who's been good. He's just the best there is. That's all. He just buries mediocre superstars. I mean, that's exactly what he's saying. He's saying he's going to do it again at Mania, and then he's going to go home with the title. He told Cody he can go ahead and go buy one of those fake titles if he wants. I don't know. This is getting really heated up. As Cena's about to leave, Cody says that, hey, at least nobody ever chanted, the fans never chanted that you can't wrestle, to Cody. That really got under Cena's skin. He goes for a cheap shot, and boom, Cody hits him with the damn crossroads. This is interesting because, oh man, if this truly is their last confrontation before Mania, that means Cody got the last laugh. I've watched this damn product enough to know that means a very high chance Cody Rhodes may end up losing the damn title. Which, hey, I'm on board for number 17. Let's do it. I think it's going to be cool. It'll be dope. Everybody wants it. We definitely want to see how Cena's going to do with the title and go heel. And I think there's going to be so many promos that are just going to be there. Also, he keeps mentioning like the Fanatics title, the fake title. We'll get that. He's the real champ. He's going to go home. Still feel like this is all leading up to a Cena versus CM Punk summer feud. Just makes sense with the roles reversed. I don't know why. But let's see how it turns out if this truly is Cena's last appearance. Well, I guess I'll see him at Mania. Cody Rhodes. Hopefully in the next 3 weeks, let's see what you got. Basically, you're carrying the feud for the next 3 weeks, man. Let's do it. Speaking of feuds, seems like the New Day and the War Raiders are going to be fighting at Mania for those tag titles. After the New Day went out there, they beat Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. And after that, we get a little bit of a stare down. The New Day already said last week they want a Mania match. They want the tag titles. So, it looks like this is how it's shaping up. I'm cool with that. I definitely can see the New Day taking those titles and running with it. I mean, it's the New Day, right? So, let's do it. Let's see how it goes. I want to switch gears to crazy things that Jimmy's been doing. This man straight up slapped Gunther last week. Said he'll see him in the ring this week. He puts up a good match. But Jimmy, man, you knew what was going to happen. Gunther's going to get his revenge. So, Gunther doesn't even finish him off. He finishes him off 3 different times with power bombs, and he keeps picking up Jimmy's head and interrupting the count. And eventually, as he does beat him, he keeps putting him in the sleeper, beats him up, gets Jay out there. Jay comes out, and then Gunther stops, followed by him attacking him again. And then after he attacks him one more time, he zip ties Jay to the damn rope, and he freaking clocks Jimmy with the title, busts him wide open, beating the hell out of him, knocks him out, power bombs him, just freaking beating the holy hell out of him right in front of Jay. Eventually he leaves. We see freaking Gunther just standing tall. I was hoping Jimmy wasn't going to be delegated this year just to be kind of the middle guy to get this feud intensified. But if that's going to be his role, let me tell you, WWE freaking hit a home run because he's doing a great job. I was hoping Jimmy was going to get involved in the U.S. title match. He still could. But let's see how the next few weeks play out. I think that because of Jimmy's involvement, the Gunther and Jay feud has gotten a little bit of a kickstart that it was needed, because it was spiraling for sure, and we just didn't know how much hype we really want to be behind it, kind of know the result of it, and seeing how things go. So I think that title should be interesting, and we got to see how it's going to keep shaping up between Gunther and Jay. Is Gunther just going to keep dominating week after week, just like he promised to us? But let's see. Speaking of dominating champions, Braun Breaker's been on a streak, right? But now he has 3 guys basically eyeing his title. One of them being his partner this week in the tag title match. The tag match. And he ends up spearing Penta by accident. That leads to Penta being pissed. Obviously, the Judgment Day are going to be involved in the IC title match. It's looking like a 4-man right now. I did see that Ludwig said he wanted a Mania match. I'm hoping this leads Sheamus to coming out, making a 6-man match somehow. We still have 3 weeks, so they can definitely pull something together by that time. The bigger story here is that more cracks and teases of the Judgment Days freaking dismantle. Finn Balor's backstage, excited, says yeah, he's next for the IC title matchup. Liv tells Dom, well, Balor already lost, so Liv's gonna go talk to Adam Pearce because she has an idea, which obviously I think means that Dirty Dom is gonna get an IC title match. Very, very interesting. Liv is definitely gonna be the reason why this group splits up, it seems, but let's just make it happen. We need Balor out of this group. I think he has so much more potential, so let's just leave him on his own and let him go get his true music back and let him get some of that aura that he's missing. Balor's just been on this crazy losing streak. Thank God he got a win on Raw, or else, this man hasn't seen a win in ages, it seems like, at this point. My goodness, it's pretty bad. I want to switch into a matchup, in my opinion, will be much better than what some people may think initially, which is where the Logan Paul and AJ Styles matchup heated up this week, and they really got at it. Logan Paul leaves AJ Styles laying flat on his face, which means that's interesting. Now we're going to see how Styles responds next couple of weeks. We know they can both pull out pretty good promos. I think the styles of wrestling they both have will gel very well together. Don't be surprised if it's a dark horse match of the night for Mania. We know they made it official literally right after their promo tonight. So that was pretty cool, I thought, in my opinion. I think AJ Styles should win that matchup, but let's just hope AJ Styles wins that. I'd rather not have Logan Paul win that matchup. And speaking of matchups that people should be winning, and they are just really going to milk this out, huh? The triple threat women's world title match. We know it's going to be triple threat. We know where it's leading. You got 3 weeks left. why is this not official yet? We're just running in circles again this week. We had Rhea getting a rematch against Io. Bianca Belair got the special guest referee spot. And it ends in a double DQ. Bianca gets attacked by Rhea. Then she gets attacked by goddamn Io. She called a double DQ. No contest. Boom. Done. We're over it. And Rhea gets pissed. She starts laying everybody out. Boom. Io Sky gets laid out by Rhea. Belair got handed. Her ass handed to her by Rhea. Takes a freaking riptide from the top, and she was just laid out. Rhea standing tall, looking crazy, wild. I just think, man, this is an obvious triple threat situation. Let's just get it booked and official, and let's move forward with this feud. Like, hey, we know all three are involved. You don't have to say every week, oh, what's she gonna do? What's she gonna do? No, all three of them are gonna be involved. So let's get this official. Let's get this going. Let's move forward. And can we please stop having Io look freaking weak as your champion? That doesn't even make sense. I will say that was an interesting episode of Raw and SmackDown. I felt like this was definitely one of their filler weeks before returning to the US, where they're going to get some of these feuds that are not totally shaped up just yet, but we can see where they're going. Probably going to end up bringing those together and getting those kind of finalized, I would say. And from there on out, Mania's going to be around the corner. We're not even going to realize it. I did see that just some things happening in the future, some things I heard around was obviously Rey Fenix. We're getting him on SmackDown next week. Aleister Black, in my opinion, is he showing up on the SmackDown right after Mania? Is he showing up on the 25th? I'm just not sure. It's a little confusing to me. I want to see Aleister Black back, but I'm just not sure if he's going to show up to SmackDown. I thought he was going to be the new member Dirty Dom was kept referring to for the Judgment Day, but maybe not. So let's see. The numbers with the 4, the 3 is definitely Aleister Black, though. We know that's him for sure. I saw Jamie Hayter did get released from AEW. Would not be surprised to see her show up in WWE. Maybe she shows up in TNA, but hey, they're still affiliated, so that means we might see her at the very least, NXT. That would be pretty cool. I think the Slammy Awards are happening very soon. Slammy Awards, big shout out to social media star of the year, in my opinion, is Drew. I'm gonna literally lock that in as it is now. But those Slammy Awards are pretty interesting. I like to see who they always give the awards to, and if sometimes a feud gets involved from there. Usually I want to say something like that happens. So let's see. Let's definitely see. I know Rusev is scheduled to probably return, I think, end of the year. I wanted him to return after Mania. He still could. I'm just not sure when he's going to. I want to say he's maybe just relaxing right now, chilling, and then he'll return. If they're saying if it's truly end of the year, might as well wait another month and have him return at the Rumble next year. I just don't want to wait that long personally. But hey, let's see. Speaking of people who may have to wait for, Paige, she obviously wants to come back. She's made it openly known she wants to return to WWE. The question now is when. I know WWE is going to have their Evolution full women's pay-per-view, at least from what I heard, the rumors, is going to be returning. Maybe we see her return there at some point. You don't know that. I mean, I think it'll be cool. I think Paige is going to really elevate the division again as a new competitor, or old competitor, I guess, making a return. That'd be pretty dope, at least in my opinion. So, overall, those are some of the things that I heard happening, could happen, and are definitely happening sooner than we think. I appreciate you guys, as usual, tuning in this week. And you have a lovely day and week, guys. Remember to subscribe and like. And I'll see you guys next week.